Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Godo. And today I'm super glad to show you guys what I've been doing since the last devlog. Speaking of last devlog, and not like the last one, but like this is the last devlog. Because the next step is just the game being complete. So yeah, I'm super happy. And I've been doing a lot of stuff. Um, since last time. It's currently Tuesday. I was supposed to put that video out on Monday, but I wasn't quite done with the last thing I wanted to do, which was in the maybe section. So I decided to do it even though it wasn't necessary for the game. Basically, you're going to see, but the first puzzle UI in the computer that we have right in front of us. Um, I actually like revamped it completely. I didn't really like how it was. It was too busy, it was too daunting, it was too unclear, quite frankly. So, yeah. So now, oh my god, I have so many things to show you. Here it's everything that was done. It's kind of crazy. First thing that I'm going to want you guys to really look at is we're just going to walk around and look at things, okay? Because as you might notice, there's no eye adjustment when we start. So that's the first thing. I use a post-process volume to adjust the brightness of the, I guess like the eye adjustment, right? Like the brightness sensitivity of the player. It's adjusted and it's now fixed. It doesn't change. There's no eye adjustment ever. Okay. So that's one thing. Another one, if you look here, you might be able to see that now the flame is kind of visible. Also, this is really cool. This is like metallic and reflecting and everything. So yeah, the texture here that's used, it was modified. And I modified a lot of the textures that I'm actually using in the scene. So I'll try to make you notice, but it might be very visible if you remember what the game looked like. So because of the textures, the game looks a lot better. And because of the lighting that was fixed, the game looks even better. Also, yeah, the candle itself, like I was kind of annoyed before because when we looked here head first, it's like the reflection on the wall, well, the reflection, the light was so close to the wall that when it bounced off the wall, it just made like a big white blob around the candle. So we couldn't see the flame when we were looking, when we were in front of the candle. So we had to go to the side to see it. Now we still see it better from the side, but we do see it even from afar. Like we actually see that there's fire and whatnot, which is really cool because I was kind of feeling bad that we couldn't see the particles very well. And the reason why that works is because I guess I can show you guys. Oh, oops, spoiler. I guess I could show you guys in my blueprints for the candle. Oh man, I spoiled you guys. I spoiled you guys. So here, if we go in the viewport, we can see that now the light, I'm going to try to place myself. We can see that the light, which was like, accurately inside the fire before, is now way in front of it. So because of the way that light works, we don't actually see the light, we only see the light's influence. So this way, it doesn't influence the wall quite as much, but it does actually light up the room more because it's in front, which is a lot better. Also, by default in Unreal Engine, when you press escape, it just quits the game. But now, when you press escape, it's an actual action in the game, and it opens a new menu, which is, just a quick menu, right? So you have resume, so it just unpauses, and everything is paused, by the way. Not like the effects here, but like if I try to move the player, you might hear that I'm pressing the buttons. It doesn't do anything. So that's one thing I did, by the way. Every single widget and UI and whatnot will stop the player from being able to move around now. Even when you click and drag and whatnot, it used to do stuff, but now you can only interact with the widget in front of you, and once it's closed, you resume control for the player. Okay, so that's one thing that's really cool. And here we have a little menu. Restart, by the way, just, again, completely restarts the game. If I open the door, for example, and if I click restart, you can see that, you know, it actually restarted the thing. And if I click quit, it quits. It should also work correctly if we're like outside of the editor, right? It should actually quit the game once the game is out. So this works. This is just as good as it's ever been. That's great. Here, if I open this, boom, boom, everything works the way it used to. But you can see there's no light adjustment. The light is just good in the scene in general. And you can see here the textures are completely different. And also, I had to change the rendering type here from like a smooth lighting to a flat lighting. I changed that in Blender. So it does like a little bit of a weird effect, but it has kind of like a container vibe, which is fine by me. And also, you can see the two lines here. Basically, there was some visual glitch with like the lighting being super weird on the surface. So this is why I chose to go with flat lighting. But like, yeah, every surface is like, you know, there's a lot more reflective surfaces and whatnot. Here though, like, unfortunately, because the light is so much better everywhere, we can see this very easily, but it's fine. I could even put something here. I was thinking about changing maybe the hints that were written here. It's probably the only thing that I would ever do. Here, the gold is awesome. It's amazing. Oh, why can't I click on that? Okay, I need to fix this. And then, you know, there's gramophone as per usual. This one is fine. It didn't change. You know, we can see the candles pretty well. Here, the fact that we can see the candles as well, like, it's so much better when they rotate like this. It's so much better. See, that's so cool. And then here it's clack, clack, clack. And one thing I'm pretty eager to show you as well is the computer interface. So I think it's just once here. Yeah, and you open. So I'm going to show you guys this room first. Here it's very light though. We can't see the candles very well, but this is actually fine in this room. Here, from left to right, top to bottom. So again, green, yellow, blue, and orange. If I go here, so green, you can see, oop, yellow, ooh, blue, and orange. So when I click here, I like grab a color. And you can see my mouse cursor disappears. So basically, I just changed the mouse cursor to be just a round widget, and I set the color to be that color here. So it really looks like I'm taking the color and then bringing it somewhere else. So this is really cool. It's much better than what it used to be. So first, second, third, and fourth. And then I can submit, and it worked. So that's cool. Then our classic 420. Oh yeah, by the way, this opened. I don't know if I really changed any textures for these. Right here, probably not actually. Then I'm still missing one piece of that. Which is right here. And if I go upstairs, just making sure I didn't break anything. And it's fine, as it usually is. So yeah, it's a lot darker here. I probably, you know, I didn't go here since I changed the lighting, because I always skip since it's not necessary to complete the puzzles. So now the fact that we can actually see super well here, it kind of ruins the mood of this room. So I'm actually going to change that to make it back to what it was, because basically before, when you were in a dark room, your eyes would adjust and every light would appear like immensely bright. But that's not the case anymore, since I just, you know, I fixed the eye adjustment to be stable. And if we go here, oh, you can see here, right? Like, there's no more like weird lines for the background of the deities. So that's one pretty cool thing. I also adjusted, so if I go, oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh, boom. Right? That's much better here. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so restart. Boom. So as you can see, like I changed a lot of UI elements and what they look like. One thing I would like to show you as well is here. The submit button, yeah, it's different, right? It just looks better when you highlight it. It's more obvious. And here, I also changed the X to be a little more uniform. Yeah, just everything looks slightly better, right? And there's a couple textures, especially the metallic textures, which are way better looking. Also here, the carpet, there was some weird line here. I fixed that texture as well. So, you know, there's just a bunch of things that look better, right? Now I'm going to go in my notes here and just make sure that, oh yeah, I didn't really put emphasis on that. Yeah, okay, so, okay, basically, fix the lighting. So the environment, basically, I fixed a couple things in the environment and how it's rendered. I fixed a bunch of textures to make them look better. The dead widget, I just show you, right? It's when the deities kill you because they're unsatisfied. There's a couple things I made better in the soul puzzle. So I'm going to show you in a sec. We're going to go back to that puzzle. Disable player input while widget opened. I did talk about it. Fix the candle BP. Yep, that looks much better. Post-process volume. I talked about it. There's the escape menu, so it's great. Make UI elements look better just in general. And then change the setup for that. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys a little bit how I made the setup for the new Computer One UI. So if I go ahead and open Visual Studio, there's actually two components at play here. So there's a new clickable widget component. No, not widget component, but it's a widget basically. So there's a clickable widget, and all that it does is it has a callback, so a delegate with two parameters. I actually only use one, so technically I could get rid of one of them, but you know, it could be useful eventually to have that, right? To have the geometry. So yeah, here, a delegate, which is unclick completed. So when it's been clicked. By the way, the name is kind of weird, but I just didn't want the name to be the same as other delegates that already exist, because I wanted my own delegate with my own parameters. That was very important for me. I really needed basically to pass an instance of clickable widget, which is itself, and no delegate, you know, pre-existing delegate in the engine use, right, my custom types. So basically my custom types, if I want to pass them as arguments, I need to have my own custom delegate, is what I'm trying to get at. So here, that's what I did. Then there's just a quick, you know, native on mouse button down. And there's a widget image, which I'm not really using, but, you know, it's more to specify that you absolutely need an image inside of it, right? Which is why there's a bind widget here. So here, you know, I really just broadcast it. I called it unclick completed at first because I wanted to do, you know, unbutton down and then up, just to make sure that you press and release while over the widget image here. But it didn't really work. I don't know why, but the button up, I think this event only works if you're like clicking really fast. So if you press for a while, then release, even if you stay over the widget, basically, it's not gonna work. So yeah, basically this just signals, hey, I've been clicked, and then gives whomever's listening to it itself as a pointer, right? The calling widget, and also the geometry that was clicked. So, you know, what part of it, I guess, was clicked. Then if we go wcomputer1 alt.cpp, because I didn't want to delete the previous one, especially because I didn't know if I was going to give up midway through. Here, it's a lot more complicated. First off, I tried to make an array, but it didn't really work. So I have a bunch of clickable widgets, so color 1, 2, 3, 4. I have also a mouse cursor, which is just a user widget. I have an array with the colors that are expected and in which order. You'll see why I'm using colors and not, you know, pointers to these in order, or you'll see why. And then there's the current selected and the current selected color, right? Current selected clickable widget and color. Also, I have a couple functions. So check answer, of course, then unwidget rebuild, which is basically the kind of like the begin play. Basically, when you open the widget, something happens. You have the check answer because it is a trigger widget. So things are triggered by this. There's also a U function, uncolor clicked. So this is the function that will listen to the unclick completed. And there's grab color and drop color, which are just quick helper functions to, that. Well, grab color I don't really reuse, but drop color I reuse a couple times. So here, if we go, unwidget rebuild, very simple. For every single, clickable widget representing a color. So these, by the way, if I show you, they're W computer 1 alt. So these, they're the clickable widgets, right? So it's color 1, color 2, color 3, and color 4, right? So to be a little more visual, that's what they are. So here for each of them, I call uncolor clicked whenever they're being clicked, right? So here, uncolor clicked. In check answer. That's the thing. So in check answer, what I do, by the way, is I go and make sure that each color is equal to the expected answer at the same position. So color 1, expected answer 0, so 0 indexed. These are technically 1 indexed, so it's like -1 here. So we check every single one of them, and if any of them is not equal to what's expected, I return false. So I don't even have to check the rest. Every single one of them have to be okay for me to return true. And at the end, for the last one, instead of checking if it's okay, return true, I just return the result of the last one. So I've passed all the checks, and then I return the result of the last one. Is basically how I go about it. So the reason why I'm checking against the color itself is because I'm not actually moving these around. The clickables here, color 1, 2, 3, and 4, they stay where they are all the time. When I change the color, when I switch colors between them, all that I do is that I change the color inside each of them. And they have to have the correct color when you submit, if you want to actually succeed. So, yeah. So uncolor clicked, what happens here is I have basically 3 cases. So there's a bunch of ifs to make sure that I'm in each of those cases. So first off, if I'm clicking on this currently selected widget, I will actually drop the color, right? And I will set the color to this. So basically, I'm going to reset the state of the thing. So drop color, what it does is the current selected is now null. So there's no more selected. Also, I reset the mouse cursor of the player. And here, there's 2 places where I drop. So current selected, set color and opacity, current selected color. Because as you can, if you remember, when I click on a widget and it's being selected, it kind of loses its color. So if I cancel that selection, I guess, if I cancel the selection by re-clicking it, I have to, give it back its original color, which is now the current selected color. So current selected color, by the way, is like the color of the mouse cursor. So I give it back and then I drop the color. So no more of that, no more of that. Otherwise, so if I'm clicking a widget and it's not the one that is currently selected, there's 2 possibilities. Either there's no currently selected, so basically I am selecting one of them. So here I just grab a color. And grab color, there's a bunch of stuff happening. So first off, I say, hey, the current selected widget is actually the calling widget, right? So the widget that was clicked is the currently selected. The current selected color is actually the currently selected color, right? So I'm selecting one, so the color that I'm selecting is the one for, you understand. Then I put it to white, right? So basically I steal its color, and then the widget itself loses its color. Now I will set the color of the mouse cursor widget to be the one that I stole. And I will tell the player, hey, by the way, player, you're going to want to use the custom cursor. I'm going to set the custom cursor to be the mouse cursor. And then I say, hey, please use the custom cursor. And then whenever I drop, it resets. By the way, I also drop when in the third scenario. So if I'm not clicking on the selected widget, and also the selected widget is not a null pointer, it means that I have a widget that's selected and I'm clicking on a different one. So now I've clicked on two different widgets, so I want them to be swapping colors, right? So here, I'm saying, hey, the current selected, your color is actually that of the calling widget. Because the current selected was selected previously. So then the calling widget is the second widget, and the current selected is the first one that was clicked. So I'm saying, hey, first widget, you're actually gonna get the color of the new widget clicked, right? And then new widget clicked, you're gonna get the color that was stolen from the first widget. And then I drop color. That's the logic. And, it works pretty well. It does what you saw a second ago. So I can show you guys again, in case you don't quite remember. So here, when I click, boom, it becomes selected, and I steal its color, put it on the cursor. Now, if I re-click, I'm deselecting. So I'm only putting the color back and then drop. But if I grab it and then switch like that, what it's doing is now, because the selected one is the white one and I'm clicking on a different one, then they're switching colors, basically, with the logic I showed you guys. And then I'm, again, dropping everything, so resetting my cursor. So that's how it works. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you guys is what I told you about. So boom, the soul puzzle is a lot clearer. There's more feedback. So of course, there's the dead widget to show you when you're dead, right? Which is a lot more explicit than just resetting the game without telling anyone anything to the player. That was pretty bad. Here, boom, boom, that's good. And then here, it's 3 times if I remember correctly. Yep. And then like this. Okay, so here, first off, okay, why is this? No. Okay, first off, yeah, an inscription says, Osiris, god of death, he weighs soul to see if they are worthy of the afterlife. So, he's the guy that will do some evaluation. An inscription says, Anubis, guide of the afterlife, he guides worthy souls to the kingdom of the dead. So, worthy souls, right? And here, an inscription says, I didn't change that one, Amit, goddess that devours unworthy souls. So, worthy, unworthy, evaluates if they are worthy. Cover is heavy, might be able to move it if I try hard enough. So, boom, 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 that's pretty tough. Mat, goddess of order. That didn't change because it's not really used in the puzzle. But here, if you look at the soul, you can see now there's a lookable, right? So a soul, it does not seem to know what to do. So if it doesn't seem to know what to do, maybe people will think you have to click on the guide. But the guide, he guides unworthies. He guides worthy souls. Sorry. So this one doesn't know what to do. This one evaluates if they are worthy. So you click, it comes back. And then this changed. A soul. It weighs no more than a feather. It has led a good life. And now you can understand that it's worthy. So if you click here, boom. Boom shakaloom. Oh, I don't have to fix it. I'm ridiculous. I didn't remember last time that the reason why it was opened is because I had solved that puzzle. I just do it like You know, sometimes I just click on stuff because it's fun. And I don't remember that I've solved puzzles. Eh, boy. And now I'm not even gonna bother with this. So I think it's like this, and it was like that, right? Yeah, it seems so. And then here. So if I go here, I can show you guys, you know, we still have the nice blue light. Basically, I had to compensate by making every light stronger because of the eye adjustment thing. I just forgot to do it for the light upstairs. Which, what? Why is it decentered now? I guess it's because I moved it, huh? Okay, I'm gonna have to change that one. But now you can see there's a sample text. So it's more obvious what you have to do. Okay. Whoa, that's crazy. The light is a little less intense here as well. Okay, so here, you know, I'm gonna change the things that were broken. I don't know if I'm doing it with you guys. I guess I'll try to do the light with you guys. But I think for the widget I might just go change it by myself. So here, yeah, that was a pretty intense intensity, but apparently that's not enough. So maybe I add another 0. That's crazy. Okay, wait, I want to see what it looks like. This is gonna be fun. After this, I'm gonna end the video, the devlog. And yeah, I'm just quick PSA. Something like that. I'm probably gonna change the default of how they're placed. I'm gonna randomize it or something. So here. Yeah, this is better, but I still feel like we see a bit too much when we go closer. Yeah, I might make it even more intense. Okay, that being said, I just want to give you guys a quick heads up. So this is the final devlog for the game, which again should have been a stream, but you know, I'm not at my place. I can't really stream. So yeah, this is the final devlog, and next time I'm gonna post, you know, more on this YouTube channel for this game, but next time it's gonna be 2 videos. So one quick trailer, which is, it's gonna be my first trailer, so it might be bad, but you know, a quick trailer just to tease a bit the game, and also to announce that the game will be out. I don't think you can make a web build in Unreal Engine, so if you guys want to play it, and I highly suggest you do, because it's gonna be fun. And there's going to be stuff that isn't in the game right now, like the ending. There's no ending right now, but there's going to be one. So if you guys want to see that, I'm not going to show you that on in the trailer, of course not. But there's also going to be a walkthrough, and in the walkthrough, I'm also not going to show the ending. It's really just, you know, to help you if you have a problem with one of the puzzle or anything like that. The walkthrough is just going to help people with that. I'm just going to show the puzzles, explain how they are, how you're supposed to solve them, and everything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked it. The game looks pretty darn cool right now, and I'm excited to publish it, especially once, and currently there's no sounds, but there's going to be sounds, there's going to be music, there's going to be an ending, you know, there's going to be maybe like a little voiceover context at the beginning. There's going to be a couple things that are going to be added, and I'm still going to fix a couple things like the light that I'm currently tweaking, and of course the text that I broke in the terminal while I was tweaking stuff. So yeah, everything. I'm just going to fix everything, and yeah. So I hope to see you for, you know, the announcement trailer, and I hope you're going to play the game. It's going to be completely free on itch.io. You're just going to have to download it. And yeah, thank you for being there for, again, another game dev adventure. And next time, I don't know exactly what project we're going to be doing. I actually am going to be probably doing stuff a little bit outside of the stream. And no video, no stream for a while. Maybe I'm going to put a couple videos. There's a couple tutorials that I could do of Unreal Engine if I feel like it. And also, I'm going to be going back to the roots and restudying my C++ because I'm realizing that my like modern C++ conventions, I'm not really following. And I really want to learn them much better. So that's what I've been starting to do in my free time, and I'm going to be focusing on that because I think it's really going to help me find a job. So, and if I don't find a job, I guess I'm just going to try to make a game that I'm actually going to sell. So we'll see about that. Maybe there's going to be more game dev coming. Maybe there's going to be other stuff coming. Who knows? So, yep. Thank you so much. And bye bye.